Okay, on this video we're going to be doing example 2 from the N5 notes for the pseudo. This is the pseudocode for how to get whether it's worth replacing or whether it is to what was exercise 2 again? Oh yeah, it's step 1 actually figured out what we were trying to do. We were trying to find out the difference or the charge that we would give when a product was being purchased. So if a product was purchased and they paid £8, they would get 8 miles for free, or 8 kilometers for free, 8 kilometers. And if the distance is greater than 8 kilometers, the difference between the two would be charged at 20 cents per kilometer. That was explained in this earlier thing that you guys got introduced to with the flow charts and so forth. So now I'm just going to take this and I'm going to convert it into Java code. So we're going to copy the code and we're going to go into NetBeans and we're going to start a new project. You can close projects. You right click on the project and you can go close. In this instance I'm just going to leave them open right now though. Okay, so new project, and we're going to create a Java application. We're going to call this one example 2. Do not use spaces. Spaces are the devil in programming. Make sure you know the location where you put it. That's very important. Okay, so we are going to create a main class, and again we're going to call my package pacman, and we're going to call, in my case I'm going to call the main class main. I'll put a hash at the end of it, but no problems. Alright, so we've got, I'm going to delete the comments that we don't really require, just to try to keep the structure a bit more simple. You can actually change your template so it doesn't come up with you all those times. If you go to tools, templates, and you can actually edit the Java templates. So if you go to Java main class, you can edit it, open an editor, and I could remove how you want the licensing and all the different things and the authors to be in there and so forth. So it won't actually create it every single time you do. I'm planning on actually creating a more personalized template there. I haven't got around to do it yet though, because I also don't know what all those other things mean, so I haven't done it. Anyway, moving on. Let's start by pasting in our code structures that we had here. Control V, and I'm going to comment out each of them. So I'll put below it I don't need it to be that far indented. A nice shortcut, by the way. If you have a whole bunch of code, unfortunately this code won't be recognized, but Alt-Shift-F will indent it according to the way it should. Obviously right now though we actually haven't got code. The proper code would be indented properly then. Receive. Oh, that should be on the same line as this. Oops. So it should be same line. I didn't set the difference to be. This is a new line here for the if statement. There was an else. And then end of. Okay, so we've got our different lines of code from there into here, and I've got them commented there, so it should be allowed to at least to be able to now define each code as what it is there into Java code. So the first is cost initially to 0. Depending if you want to make this pounds and cents, I'm just going to in this case make it pounds to keep it simple. I'm going to create an int cost. I'm going to set it equal to 0. Semicolon. We're going to do the distance, int there. Int distance equal to 0, and we're going to set the difference. Int difference equal to 0, and then we're going to declare initially, the total, int total equal to 0. So we've done the declaration of our 4 different variables. It says then receive cost from the keyboard. What I should do is always, before I start anything, I should just import my scanner, so control spacebar, imports it at the top there. I want to call it scin. I could actually maybe even potentially just call it in is equal to new scanner. Yes, I'm typing very specially. And we are going to then do system.in. semicolon. Alright, so we've got our input here now, and we are going to ask the user for it. Now remember, when we want to receive the cost from the keyboard, we also have to tell the user what we're expecting, otherwise they're not going to know what to enter. So we're going to say here, enter in cost of order. Then we're going to go in, cost is equal to, now this is an integer, so we'll need to do an integer dot parsent to get from the scanner. So in dot next line semicolon. Okay, now receive distance from the keyboard, so same sort of thing. I want to copy and paste to make my life easier. Oops. Okay, so enter distance to client, and then we would have called this the distance. Now it says to round the cost. Okay. Okay, it looks like I made a mistake here. It has to be cost has to be a double if we're assuming that it's going to have if it's going to have an int, because basically if you take a decimal place and put it into an integer, it'll just chop off the rest of it. So I'm going to actually make this into a double, so we are going to have decimal places on that. So this won't be integer dot parsent, this will be double dot parsent, parse double. Okay, now if we wanted to round off the cost, potentially we want to create a second variable to store that. So what I could do is I'm actually going to create, not just put it directly into cost, I'm going to put it into another variable called rounded cost, and I'm going to say equals to math. Math is a class that we can use to do mathematical functions, and we are going to round the variable cost. Now what that'll do is it'll round it off. Now and this also said double. Okay, so that would round it off to a rounded cost. I could override the cost, then in which case I would lose the decimal places if I wanted to. So it now says set distance to round distance. That's fun. Okay, double distance. So everything I did here with regards to integers has got to have a stop. So it looks like I'm doing everything in doubles. Fun. Okay, and then this here will also have to be okay. So double distance is equal to math dot round this distance. I know it's going to give me trouble because I've already got a method called distance, so I'm going to put round distance, round cost. Alright, so we've got the problem, both variables rounded as round cost and round distance, so we've got both, and now we need the difference between the distance and the cost. So difference is equal to distance rounded distance minus rounded cost. I mean, truth be told, it wouldn't make a difference of the round. I just wanted to add the round function in here to show you how you would show a round. If difference then, so if open brackets difference is greater than 0, and if it is, then now that you see NetBeans will automatically close it for you. So I'm going to put the comments inside there. So when you open brackets, it will automatically close, like in HTML. It will also close HTML tags for you. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to set our total to equal to total plus difference times 0.2, and this would be correct. But I'm going to do the shortcut way, plus equals. Exactly the same thing. Cost, oops. Yeah. Normally that wasn't the same thing because it is not from total. I should be going cost plus the difference times 2. Else, it is simply just the total is equal to the cost. So total is equal to cost, semicolon. So the else is this here. we would have thought. And then this set total to cost is this over here, and end if would be this over here. So the statement here is this over here. Okay, so send total to display, last thing we need to do. So to send the total to display, we go site tab total. We can actually even now display the delivery cost and everything, and give a total at the end. So we can say there, give the user a nice lot of definition, item cost plus cost, then say distance to client, not space, plus distance, and then we could go there, put a \n, which will just allow for a bit more, \n, and we would say there delivery cost plus difference times 0.2. We didn't actually store this, so we have to do the calculation again, which is a bit annoying. 0.2, and then we would want to display afterwards the actual, that's not times there, we would actually want to display the total cost. So again, brackets, I'm going to put the \n there, and then I want to say the total cost, and then the total cost we'll now then put there plus total. Ooh, actually this won't work because if it's a free cost I won't say there. So I could actually just say total minus cost, and that would give me the actual delivery cost considering we didn't store it. Okay, so into cost of order, so let's say we spent £20 and we live 10 kilometers away. So the item cost was 20, the distance to client is 10, the delivery cost was 0, total cost is 20. So let's say if we bought something for 10 but we live 20, delivery cost was £2 and total cost is 12. So you'll see the system works. Here I've saved the project as with the various different steps as we go down there. Hope this makes sense to you. Enjoy your day. Bye.